The long-standing tensions between Kosovo and Serbia have once again flared up, focusing on the contentious issue of parallel institutions. These institutions, established by Serbia in Kosovo, represent a parallel governance structure that challenges the authority of Kosovo's government. Most recently, Kosovo has moved to close Serbia-supported local administrations, postal services, and tax offices in Serb-majority cities like Mitrovica, Leposavic, Zubin Potok, and Zvecan, triggering protests and international concern over escalating tensions. This video aims to delve into the historical roots, current dynamics, and potential implications of this battle over governance and legitimacy in the region. The origins of the Kosovo-Serbia conflict date back centuries, rooted in ethnic, religious, and territorial disputes. Kosovo, with its majority ethnic Albanian population, was historically considered the heartland of Serbian culture and Orthodox Christianity. However, the demographic balance shifted over the years, leading to a predominantly Albanian population that sought greater autonomy and eventually independence. The Yugoslav wars of the 1990s saw Kosovo emerge as a focal point of violence and ethnic strife. After years of repression under Slobodan Milosevic's regime, Kosovo Albanians launched a resistance movement, culminating in the Kosovo War from 1998 to 1999. NATO's intervention in 1999 led to the establishment of the United Nations Mission in Kosovo, or UNMIK, and the eventual declaration of independence by Kosovo in 2008. However, Serbia, backed by allies like Russia and China, has never recognized Kosovo's independence, maintaining that it remains an integral part of Serbian territory. Parallel institutions refer to the administrative, educational, health, and judicial systems established by Serbia in Kosovo's Serb-majority areas, particularly in the north. These structures operate independently of Kosovo's government and are funded and managed by Belgrade. They include Serbian-run schools, hospitals, and municipal governments, which cater to the local Serb population. The creation and maintenance of these parallel institutions serve several purposes for Serbia. Preserving influence. By maintaining these structures, Serbia ensures its continued influence in the region, reinforcing the idea that Kosovo remains part of its sovereign territory, protecting the Serb minority. These institutions provide essential services to the Serb minority in Kosovo, who often feel alienated and mistrustful of the Kosovo government. Challenging Kosovo's sovereignty. The parallel institutions undermine Kosovo's authority, signaling that the state's governance is not universally accepted. For Kosovo, these institutions represent a direct threat to its sovereignty and territorial integrity. They complicate efforts to establish a unified administrative framework and fuel ethnic divisions. Recent developments have heightened tensions over the parallel institutions. In late 2023 and early 2024, several incidents brought the issue to the forefront. Resignations of Serb officials. In protest against Kosovo's measures to assert control, Serb officials resigned en masse from Kosovo's institutions, including the police force, judiciary, and local governments. This move left a governance vacuum in Serb-majority areas. License plate dispute. A long-standing disagreement over license plates escalated, with Kosovo's government insisting on replacing Serbian-issued plates with Kosovar ones. Serbia's refusal to comply led to roadblocks and heightened tensions in northern Kosovo. Violent clashes. The situation has occasionally turned violent, with clashes between Kosovo police and local Serbs, often fueled by misinformation and external interference. These incidents have drawn international concern and calls for de-escalation. The European Union and the United States have attempted to mediate, urging both sides to engage in dialogue. The Brussels Agreement of 2013, which aimed to integrate the Serb-majority areas into Kosovo's framework, remains only partially implemented, leaving room for continued disputes. As of early 2025, Kosovo authorities have taken significant steps to dismantle Serbia-supported parallel institutions. This included closing Serbian-run local administrations, postal services, and tax agencies across 10 Serb-majority municipalities. These actions, aimed at asserting Kosovo's sovereignty, have drawn mixed reactions internationally. The European Union criticized these unilateral measures, urging resolution through dialogue to avoid further escalation. Prime Minister Albin Kurti, known for his firm stance on sovereignty, emphasized that Kosovo will not compromise under external pressure. His administration also announced measures to phase out Serbian-issued documents and enforce the use of Kosovo's legal framework in all Serb-majority areas. While this approach has bolstered support among nationalist groups in Kosovo, it has further alienated the Serb minority and intensified their protests. Ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo responded with organized demonstrations, condemning the closures of these institutions. The protests, marked by roadblocks and occasional clashes with police, have raised concerns about potential violence. In December 2024, an explosion damaged the Ibar-Lepenak water canal, disrupting critical services in the region. Kosovo blamed Serbia-backed groups for the sabotage, while Serbia denied involvement, accusing Kosovo of inciting tensions. The battle over parallel institutions reflects deeper issues in the Kosovo-Serbia relationship. The ethnic divide between Kosovo Albanians and Serbs is central to the conflict. The lack of trust and historical grievances make reconciliation difficult. While over 100 countries recognize Kosovo's independence, key players like Serbia, Russia, China, and several EU members do not. This lack of universal recognition bolsters Serbia's position. The Kosovo-Serbia conflict is influenced by broader geopolitical dynamics. The West supports Kosovo's independence, while Russia and China back Serbia, viewing the issue as a challenge to Western influence. The Serb-majority areas in northern Kosovo are economically dependent on Serbia, further entrenching the divide and complicating integration efforts. Resolving the issue of parallel institutions requires addressing both immediate and long-term challenges. Several potential solutions have been proposed. The full implementation of the Brussels Agreement includes provisions for creating an association or community of Serb-majority municipalities in Kosovo. While Kosovo's government fears this could lead to a state within a state, it may offer a framework for compromise. Granting greater autonomy to Serb-majority areas through decentralization could help address local concerns while preserving Kosovo's territorial integrity. Initiatives to foster trust between the communities, such as joint projects and dialogue, could reduce tensions over time. Stronger guarantees from the EU, US, and other stakeholders could reassure both sides and encourage compromise. Promoting economic development in the region and reducing dependence on Serbian funding could help integrate the Serb-majority areas into Kosovo's framework. Greater involvement of local leaders and community representatives in negotiations can ensure that solutions are better tailored to the needs of people on the ground. Streamlining laws and judicial processes to harmonize governance structures in Kosovo can help reduce the operational effectiveness of parallel institutions. Despite these potential solutions, several obstacles remain. Political will. Both sides have domestic constituencies that oppose compromise. For Serbian leaders, any recognition of Kosovo's authority risks political backlash, while Kosovo's leaders fear alienating their majority Albanian base. External influences, Russia and China's backing of Serbia, complicates international efforts to mediate, while the EU's internal divisions over Kosovo's recognition weaken its leverage. Security concerns. The risk of violence remains high, particularly in flashpoint areas like Mitrovica. Any misstep could trigger wider unrest. Ethnic nationalism, deep-seated nationalist sentiments on both sides continue to fuel mistrust and resistance to compromise. Institutional resistance. Parallel institutions are deeply entrenched, with significant local support. Dismantling them will require substantial political and logistical efforts. The international community plays a crucial role in managing the Kosovo-Serbia conflict. The EU-led dialogue process, supported by the US, seeks to find a negotiated settlement. However, progress has been slow, and frustrations are mounting. Key international actors must strengthen mediation efforts. Greater commitment and creativity in negotiations are needed to break the deadlock. Pressure for reforms. Both Kosovo and Serbia should be encouraged to address internal issues, including corruption and governance deficits, to build trust. Support economic development. Investments in infrastructure and job creation can help reduce tensions and promote integration. Maintain peacekeeping. NATO's KFOR mission remains essential for maintaining stability and preventing violence. Address misinformation. Countering propaganda and false narratives can help build a more accurate understanding of the conflict among the broader population. The prolonged conflict over parallel institutions has significant human consequences. Ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo often feel isolated and fear discrimination from the Albanian majority government. Similarly, ethnic Albanians view the Serbian-supported structures as obstacles to national unity and economic progress. Access to services. The existence of parallel institutions often leads to confusion and inefficiencies in service delivery. Residents are forced to navigate two competing systems, impacting education, healthcare, and basic governance. Economic stagnation. The political instability discourages investment and economic growth, leaving the region lagging behind in terms of development and infrastructure. Social tensions. Mistrust between communities continues to shape daily interactions, with frequent flare-ups of hostility or misunderstanding. The battle over parallel institutions in Kosovo highlights the complexity of the region's challenges. At its core, the conflict reflects a struggle over identity, sovereignty, and the legacy of historical grievances. Resolving this issue will require bold leadership, mutual compromise, and sustained international engagement. While the road ahead is fraught with difficulties, finding a peaceful resolution is essential for the stability of the Western Balkans and the broader European region. The stakes are high, but so too is the potential for building a future where both Kosovo and Serbia can coexist peacefully, respecting each other's rights and aspirations.